Hello everyone, Scarloey Railway 01 here to talk about the new crane on the dock, today's Season 21 episode. So let's get started right away here. This is a direct continuation of the last story, Cranky at the End of the Line. We see Cranky and Carly's story pick up where it left off, and there's a great sense of continuity here. I love that we're getting two-parters this season. We've had, I think this is our second or third, and it's fantastic. It's something that I've been wanting for years, is stories that are bigger than just, the usual 8 minutes or however long. It just adds so much. It allows the writers to go further with these ideas, and it's interesting the way Cranky and Carly's relationship develops. And now I found I really do like Carly. She's a good foil to Cranky. I've been using that word a lot this season, but we've been getting some interesting characters who sort of shake up the mix, which I appreciate. And I like the relationship that the two build. Their working relationship, especially at the end, is kind of cool, and it'll be cool to see them together in the future. And also, all of her moments with the engines are fantastic. Percy and Emily's in particular stand out to me a lot. She seems very nice, overeager, but she works very well, especially in contrast to Cranky's introduction, where he meets all these engines and he's rude to them. Here, that she meets all these engines and she's very kind to them. So it'll be interesting to see how their relationship unfolds in future. Salty's story is fantastic. I love the Greco-Roman style artwork, and the voice acting was surprising and very funny. That these sea monsters have this very proper British accent. And I also love a little detail that Sir Topham Hatt is one of the people on the boat that the serpents attack. I don't know why, but I just thought that was amusing. And last but not least, the moment that everyone's talking about is Big Mickey's introduction, official introduction into this series. It's amazing. It's fan service of the highest degree, but it's amazing, and it's great that he's actually called Big Mickey, which is, of course, if you don't know, is a reference to Tugs, where the same model was used in Tugs and Thomas when Tugs went under. Britt Allcroft bought a bunch of the models from that show and incorporated them into the Thomas model series. And Big Mickey was that giant crane, and he has a very interesting story in Tugs. Munitions would be the episode to watch for that. He doesn't have a face in that series. He hasn't had a face till now, and I love how they make a joke about that. Like, why haven't you said anything all these years? And she's like, well, you never said anything to me, so why would I say anything to you? And it was...
What?
So now you speak? You've been standing there silent all these years, Big Mickey, and you've never said a single word.
Well, you've never said a single word to me either.
Communication? Just like I was saying.
Welcome to the team, Big Mickey.
You three cranes will be just like those three musketeers.
Just a great moment. Like I said, fan service, oh my god, of the highest degree. So obviously fan service, but it's fantastic. And it was very funny, and hopefully it'll be a cool new character for kids, and it's a great nod to older fans, especially Tugs fans. Now on to the not-so-good stuff. This episode I felt a little bit weaker to me than Cranky at the End of the Line for a couple reasons. The biggest one for me is it felt a little bit cartoony and a little bit over the top. For example, Cranky snagging Edward's cargo right off the flatbed. The bouncing is more noticeable, and I'm not going to get into that right now. I don't mind the bouncing. In Journey Beyond Sodor, it was a lot, and it was a big change to take in. Here, in Season 21 so far, the moments that it's happened, I've barely noticed. Here, I noticed it, and I was like, okay, this is a little bit... It will take some adjustment, but I sort of threw me off that I noticed it here, whereas in past episodes of the same season, I haven't noticed it. And that's just an inconsistency thing that bothered me a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. And the spinning is ridiculous when Cranky and Carly are spinning around and around. It did lead to a great, what I hope is a nod to the classic series. Salty and Porter's eyes are spinning around in their heads, like we saw in the model series all the time. I thought that was funny, but the spinning of the cranes was a little bit too much for me. Also, the shipping war montage where Carly and Cranky are racing to get all these things loaded didn't do anything for me. It really didn't feel like it added anything. It just felt like it was filler to pad a story that didn't have a lot going on. And then the thing that really knocked this down a peg for me was the moral is really heavy-handed here. In fact, it's stated by Salty and then is reiterated by the narrator outright. They say, basically, so what we learned was da-da-da-da-da, and that, I feel like is a little bit beneath what this current writing team is capable of. I felt like it was a little bit cheap. And like I said, the morals for this season and for the Brenner era in general have been fairly seamlessly woven in, where you're not feeling like you're getting whacked on the head with the moral, but here it felt like, like I said, the narrator literally tells you what you're supposed to take away. And to me, that's something that I think we're past from a storytelling standpoint. So that brought it down just a tiny, the biggest chunk for me. Like I said, overall, it was a fine episode. I feel like this episode's getting a lot of hate, which I don't understand. People are saying the Big Mickey part is the only good part. I don't think that's the case. I'm gonna give it probably a generous 7 out of 10. Not just because of Big Mickey, but because of all the other stuff that I mentioned. I thought that there was a lot of good here, more good than bad, definitely, but it definitely wasn't the best of the season so far. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned in the next day or so here for more Season 21 vlogs. I don't remember what the next episode is, but I'm sure that I will be making a video on it. Thanks for watching. Bye.